Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Peak Physique Podcast. The Peak Physique Podcast is a podcast for adults who want to get their fire back. It's been a minute since I was on here. Last week, I kind of lost my voice near the end of the week and didn't really want to expose you to that annoyingness. So I'm back loud and clear today and about to reveal to you a real nerdy side of myself as we go through episode 46, which is titled The Benefits of Using a Planner. Again, don't judge me, super nerdy thing to do, but using a planner has been life changing for me. And that's why I decided to spend today's podcast talking about the benefits. So I started using a planner after, getting forced to use one in high school, of course. That doesn't count, though. I wasn't really into it. I was just doing it because I had to, and I guess in college as well. But I started using one again around 2014, which is when I decided it was time to start my own gym, Peak Physique. And I knew that there was going to be a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, and it was going to be really hard to just keep everything organized without having things written down, and started using a planner again. So here are some of the things that I've found beneficial using a planner. Firstly, it really helped get my plans organized. You know, all of us have a lot going on upstairs, especially if you're in the process of doing something like starting a gym, starting a business of any kind, I guess. Or, for instance, on the more fitness vein of things, starting your fitness journey out. Maybe you're on a weight loss journey and you're just getting started. Um, Writing things down really helps you organize those thoughts, and it makes all that anxiety about getting started a little less crazy in your head. Another important thing, and I guess even speaking into that vein of weight loss again, is it makes you commit. You've now written something down. You have to read it, look at it. You have to own whether you did it or not. And if you're committed to actually following through with using the planner all the time, it's something that's always going to be there to remind you whether you succeeded or you failed. Does it get a check mark or does it not? And again, if you're trying to do big things, it's important that you commit to your journey so you don't fall off the wagon at some point. Another big benefit I've found to using a planner is um, it allows me to track my progress. If you start one of these things in January, when you're in New Year's resolution mode or something like that, for instance, or just setting goals for the year, it's nice to reflect on what your mindset was in January when you're super ambitious about whatever it was that you were trying to achieve when you get to the end of each quarter, so maybe at the end of the first quarter, you look back, what were my big goals for the year? How do I recalibrate if I need to because I'm a little off track? But you can't really track that progress unless you have things written down. Another big benefit I've found from using a planner is it makes it easier to break big goals into little tiny steps. So when I write my goals, typically I'll start with something like a couple of big quarterly goals. We do 5 quarterly goals at the gym, and then we break those down to things that we're going to do on a monthly basis to get to those big quarterly goals. And then we break things down into things that we're going to do on a weekly basis, and then obviously down to a daily basis. But with that planner, that really allows you to take that big thought that you want to do in 90 days or whatever for the year, and then you cycle it down into what you're going to do when you get up tomorrow to get things started or to get things going or to keep things on track. Another cool thing, and the last thing that I'm going to say about using planners is it's really fun to look back on your progress. Again, I've been nerding on these planners since 2014, and for the sake of this podcast, I brought out my very first one. This is 2014, and yeah, I can look at everything I have written down here. I really evolved how I did this from when I started this in 2014. My wife thinks I'm crazy for these, you guys. She calls these the diaries of a madman, and she's probably right, actually. But when I started getting really familiarized with Canva, I started making my own patented planner. Again, I'm a big nerd, you guys. Most of you knew that I had these already, but for some of you, this might be new. But this is the first edition, which I made 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And again, I took the things that I was using a composition book for and put it on paper so I could save myself a few steps, and also so I could provide members of the gym and people that I come in contact with something similar to what I've used to really get narrowed down on what I'm trying to achieve in life. And then last year, when I had my great nephew Brady Wentz helping me at the gym, I had to do something to keep him busy. So I decided to put him on making and helping me with the creation of the Peak Action Planner Edition 2, which just came out last month. I haven't talked about it much yet just because the timing's not great. Usually it'd be great to launch one of these things maybe in December, but we just had to do some touch ups on the original design on this one, and it took a little bit of time. But this is what we ended up with, and this is my humble way of plugging the new edition here today on this podcast. And you can find these on Amazon. I'll put a link in the comments section. But we have a soft cover version, and if you're really, really nerdy like me, which again, I admitted it today, you can get a hardcover edition too. They're a little bit fancier and a little bit more durable if you're hard on stuff like I am. But again, I've really narrowed down what I first wrote down in the first edition and made it a little bit more effective for your day-to-day life. Not only do you have columns where you can write your monthly goals, quarterly goals, we also have these awesome little columns here. I'm not sure how well you can see these on the podcast, but these columns, there's 3 of them. You write in these every day, or you try to at least, what you're grateful for, somebody's life that you touch for the day, and then one thing that you did for yourself. Just kind of a good way to check yourself every day and make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well as tackling those big goals in life. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Again, if you really like the sounds of what these look like, link in the comment section. Or if you're a member of the gym, we are going to be selling these in the Peak Pro Shop. So you can grab yours there too if you want one right away. But anyway, if you order one on Amazon, Bezos will probably get it to you pretty quick too. But thanks for watching, listening, whatever you did today. And we'll see you again soon. Have a good one.